Hello again. We've pretty much covered the playing by ear subject that I wanted to get across to you. But so I hope that you've gotten started on that. Maybe starting to hunt and peck some of those songs out in the key of C and make your list. But I realize that you need sources for music. You can't just depend on just the songs that you remember. So there's a lot of good sources to find songs that you maybe know the tune to, but you've forgotten. So if you've got some maybe some books or websites or something like that that can help you to remember tunes that you knew long ago or that you already kind of know the tune to, but just to refresh your memory. One thing I didn't cover on all of that was if you do know the title of a song but you can't remember how it goes. A really quick source to do that or to find that is to do a Google search and then look in the videos section. And usually you can find someone playing some instrument with that tune or multiples videos of that. It's a great way to kind of jog your memory as far as how a tune goes and can get you started off finding the notes to the song on your Psaltery. But this video is more on sources of music for the bowed Psaltery. Where do you find the music? Where do I get music? I had a question about a week ago. Someone wanted to play with her dulcimer group. Wanted to learn to play the songs that they play and find the music for the songs that they play. My advice there in that case was to ask the group for to see their dulcimer tab. It usually dulcimer tab will have all the important information there for the Psaltery. Since you don't play chords, you're just playing that melody line. Most of what you play would be what the dulcimer playing the melody would be playing on the melody string, where it'd be the bottom line on the tab. So that would be a great way to learn that. But other than that, to learn the songs by ear, take your phone and your voice recorder and record the songs that you want to learn, and just slowly build up the amount of songs that you learn with them. I'm going to be talking about a little bit later on and talking about using your Psaltery in a jam, like a dulcimer jam or music jam, and what you can do. You don't necessarily have to play the melody all the time. You want to learn the melody if you want to take your turn in playing the melody part in a jam, but you don't always have to do that. There's things that you can do in background or backup notes and different things that you can do to add to the overall sound. So we'll be getting into that in another video. But this one is on sources of music for the bowed Psaltery. The first one is a website that I found, and I did subscribe to it. It's 8notes.com. 8notes.com. It's free, but that's a little bit limited. If you want unlimited downloads so that you can download the PDF files of the music and print them, it's $20 a year. $20 a year. So what's that? Maybe $1. We'll show my math skills now. I think that's just over a nickel a day. So $20 a year, not very much. I've subscribed to that for the last 5 or 6 years at least. But what it is, you can find sheet music on there, and you can, if it's a popular song like Amazing Grace, you can find it written out in just about any key that there is. This one, if you notice in the key signature there, next to where it's 3/4 time, there's no sharps or flats. So that means that this song is written in the key of C. This one is, I chose, now you can get it, you can choose different instruments. You can choose piano, you can choose voice, so you have lyrics. This one just happens to be violin. So I have that top line there is just the single violin melody of Amazing Grace. The bottom two lines there are a piano accompaniment. And you may find out that you can use some of that piano accompaniment to decide what to play as far as a backup drone or something in the background when someone else is playing the melody. That's a good source for that. But yeah, great source. Also with this, you can find, especially on a popular song like Amazing Grace, you can find all these MIDI files that you can click on it to hear what the song sounds like. On Amazing Grace, you can choose just about any key that you want to play it in. I chose key of C. I was able to sit there and play along with my Psaltery. As long as my Psaltery is in tune, standard tuning, I could play right along with those MIDI files and practice. But a great source for music. So even if you don't read music, you may want to check this out just for those MIDI files. If you want to learn to read some music and learn to read what all those notes are, it's a good way to do that. Another thing, as far as the timing of the song, so Amazing Grace in 3/4 time. So if you're counting as you play, and maybe a lot of times I tap my foot as I'm playing to keep the timing and get that right. This shows you how long to hold each note. A Google search can quickly show you what each note does, how many beats for each note. So check that out. There's Amazing Grace in C. Here is the same tune. I just clicked that I wanted to see it in G major. Get it to focus there. There it is. You see the one sharp in the key signature. This shows that it's in the key of G. Here's the one, when I clicked, I wanted the vocal part. Kind of got the same thing. That one's in C. It's lower on the staff. It goes down to middle C for that first note on the second measure there. See that lead-in note there? Lead-in note that I call it, the pickup note. That single quarter note by itself. It's not a whole measure. There's an example of what I was talking about on that. But since it's the vocal part, it of course has the lyrics there too. So I printed all three of those from the same thing. I did a search on Simple Gifts. I found it. It has the let's see. Yeah, I did do the violin. It has guitar chords in the top for accompaniment. Simple Gifts in the key of G. One sharp in the key signature. If it was key of D, it'd have two sharps. As a matter of fact, I have that. Well, I'm waving this around. Can you see it? There it is, written out in the key of D. So not just written out, you can listen to it, the MP3 files or the MIDI files. You can listen to how each song goes. There may not be, every song may not be on there, and it may be because of copyright. I searched for You Are My Sunshine. and it wasn't on there. So that may be because of the copyright on that. But I searched for Westphalia Waltz, which is a really nice tune that I play on the Psaltery. A lot of the dulcimer groups play it. I found it. They had it in every key. I looked for the key of C, found it. I found the MIDI file in the key of C, started playing it, played along with it. I was also able to practice my harmony part playing along with it. That's another video that'll be coming up as far as learning to play harmony, because we're going to need that when we start in the double bowing, and we're talking about bowing with double bowing on the same side, and we're playing a melody with the right hand and harmony notes, drones, or just note by note harmony with my left hand. We're going to have to talk about what choices we have on harmonies and how to practice that. So that's a really good way to practice harmonies. So 8notes.com, go check it out. You can look at a lot of it for free. You can pay the $20 a year and be able to download songs, print them out, do whatever you want to with it. But it's a good source. Next is Hal Leonard series of books. These are called Easy Play Today. See it there at the top there? Easy Play Today. This is book number 349. It's a giant book of American folk songs. This one's the big book of Christmas songs. This book number 346. I don't know exactly how many books are in the series, but I know that there's at least 400. I found book number 400, which was I think classical music. But the way this is written out, let's find, let's see here. Oh, they're in alphabetical order. What about that? How convenient. Looking for our song that we learned the other day by ear, but we're gonna check this out now. Joy to the World. See that first note there? The first note is C, C, B, A, G. Remember? Key of C. Every song in here is written out in the key of C. That doesn't necessarily mean that it is in the key of C. It's written in the key of C, but they will fool you sometimes. They'll have a song that's written in the key of F. And the way you can tell that usually is that guitar chord right there where it says C for Joy to the World is an F or a C. If that is an F, that first chord, the song's probably in the key of F. Now the key of F has one flat, which is a B flat. So anytime you come upon a note down here that's a B, it's going to have a flat symbol by it, and that's where you'll reach across to the left side for that B flat. So F is not a bad key to play in as far as not having to reach across to the left side very many times. The key of G is another. It's got one sharp. It's the F sharp. So anytime you come to an F, it has to be the sharp. You have to go to that left side. So they'll do the same thing. That first chord will usually be a G. And another hint to what key it's in is the last note of the song. It's C on Joy to the World. The last note of the song, if it was written in G, the last note most of the time would be a G. Good source of music. If you don't know what the notes are, see where they're written inside the round part of the note. That makes it very easy to learn. It's only the melody part, which is what you need for the bowed psaltery. In playing through the songs, there's a little problem I found with some of them. The timing is not exactly like we're used to hearing it, singing it, or playing it. It's just a little bit different. Some of the melody is just a little bit different. I don't know if that has to do with copyright, and they've changed it enough so that they made their own arrangement of it so they could use it. I just don't know, but um, but overall, a really good source of music. Um, Now this is a big book, and you may not be able to when you put it on your music stand. It may not want to stay open for you. I called Office Depot, Office Max, Staples. They all have a print center. Kinko's. Are there Kinko's around anymore? I don't even know. But they do binding. So they would take this book. I called and asked. I said, if I've got a music book and I want it to have it spiral bound so that it will open up and lay flat, how much does that cost? And the guy said an average of $5. So they'll cut the binding off and punch the hole or drill the hole or however they do it and put the spiral piece on there for $5 and make that so that it would lay open flat. I haven't done that yet, but I think I will, just see how that works. So lots and lots of, there's just some of the songs. There's actually 124 Christmas songs in this book, and I haven't heard a lot of them. There's a lot of them that are familiar to me, but there's a lot of them that I'm not familiar with. But if I wanted to know, remember what I said about going to type in the title of the song in Google and go to the videos, and somebody will be singing or playing that song so I can hear what it sounds like. And it could be a song that I know. I just wasn't aware of what the title was. So good way to find out. So last in the books, these are the easy folk song fake book. There's Christmas, there's classical music. I've got the Christmas book here. I've got the classical face book here. But these are all, can you see it? 100 songs in the key of C. Wow, that's just made for us, for the bowed psaltery. Now it's not the easy note. It's written out. It doesn't have the note inside the round part of the note. But that's your opportunity to learn what that is, and maybe learn to read a little bit of music. Maybe I should do that too. But yeah, every song written in the key of C. But this is the same. Let me find one here. This is the same as what I said. I don't see. Most songs either start with a C chord or an A minor chord, which means that you probably are going to stay on that right hand side of the psaltery when you play. But these are also Hal Leonard. But if you just search for these, search for the easy fake book, whatever. I know there's lots of them. And Hal Leonard, you can search for that on Amazon. A lot of times when you're looking for a book, song book or something like that on Amazon, there will also be folks that sell used editions, which they'll be cheaper. This one was $20. So you might find that cheaper. A thrift store is a good place to look for music books. Flea markets, yard sales. You never know what you might find at those places. So good sources of music. So there's no end to sources of songs that you can have access to. You can find out how they go. If you don't read music, go to Google. I have put in a Google search or gone to YouTube and put in a particular song, and I've also added in the search key of C. And sometimes that will work. It doesn't always work, but but you may be able to find that so that you can just sit down and play along, or try to start learning along in the key of C. The last thing I want to talk about on this video, and it's getting pretty long, but I just want to go ahead and finish it. Just a few more things are apps for your phone, software for your computer. I've only got one the main one that I use, but I also have it on my phone. But then there's metronome apps, but the tuner. In my tuning video, you can download a free tuner for your Psaltery. My favorite one was Pano, P-A-N-O tuner. If you search that, I know that's available for Android and for iPhones. Metronomes, there's lots of different free metronomes out there. Metronome would be good to practice if you're working on your timing and you want a good steady beat to play along with, to kind of keep you in time. Just like I tap my foot when I'm playing, I do practice at times with a metronome. There's freestanding metronomes, little electronic ones. Remember when you're in school and the music teacher on the top of the piano had that big metronome up there, click, 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 click. You can still find those. I know in an antique store they may have brand new ones. I don't know, but they have all kinds of electric versions. But the easiest to find one today is a free app on your phone. So you can try out several of them and find the one that you like the best and use that. The tuner, you can do the same thing. That Pano tuner says that it's a guitar tuner, but it tunes every note of the chromatic scale. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's only a guitar tuner. I see a lot of folks using that Pano tuner, very accurate. Can you tell us my favorite? But the last thing that as far as an app or software, and they have it available for Windows, but either Android or iPhone too, is an app called the Amazing Slowdowner. Amazing Slowdowner. That's kind of a weird name, but that's exactly what it does. You can record, you can take any music, doesn't matter. If you've got a CD, you can put it in, you can download the file. You've got to get that file, an MP3 file, into your phone or into your computer. But when you get that loaded, you can open it with Amazing Slowdowner and start playing it, and you can adjust the pitch so that if it's not in the key that you want to play it in, you can adjust that pitch by semitones to any key that you want to play it in. So if you're playing a CD of somebody, you've got a file of a song that somebody's playing a CD, and it's in the key of D, playing the dulcimer, but you want to play it in C. It's just there's a little slider there. You can slide it right down to, I'm not sure how many semitones down that is, maybe 2, is that correct? To play along in the key of C. Now it does kind of, if you go too far with it, it kind of makes the music sound a little bit weird, but it still works. But the other thing, and it's the title of the app, is the slowdowner part, is that no matter what speed it's recorded in, you can slow it down and slow it down to a learning pace so that you can play it real slow. You can play along. You'll have the timing. Everything will be there that you want to hear and to play along with. I have it on my phone. I've got an Android phone. I have it on that. But I also downloaded it to my laptop. The best thing I like about that is that you can just put in, you don't have to download the file. You can take a whole CD of music. Say you've got a music CD. My favorite dulcimer CD to play along with is Michael Shull. can't remember. It's all hymns. I can't remember the title of the song. Sorry, Michael, or the title of the album, but you can find it. I put that in, and I open it with Amazing Slowdowner, and I can adjust the pitch or the speed of every song. It'll just play one song right after another in that CD, and it'll stay at whatever speed I've got it at and whatever pitch. So if he's playing, I think most of the songs on there are key of D, and he's playing there, I can adjust him down so that what he's playing is in the key of C. So I play along with my Psaltery. Really good app. I think the app for the software for your computer is like $50 to download. The app for your phone, which can work with your voice recorder. If you just recorded someone playing at a jam or a jam song, you can open that from voice recorder. You can open it with Amazing Slowdowner and put it at any speed that you want to be able to put it at a learning pace. You can adjust the key. If it was a jam and they're playing it in D, you can make everybody, or what you hear, you can make it come out in C or G or whatever key you want it to be in. Doesn't matter. But it's a great tool, and I'd highly recommend it. I think for the phone apps, it's like $15 maybe. Well worth it. I thought enough of it that I wanted to have it on my laptop too, and I didn't know about the part about being able to put in a music CD, and that goes for any music. It doesn't matter what, and be able to adjust the speed and the pitch of it so that I can use that as a learning tool. So highly recommended on that. So this has gone on long enough. What do you think? I think I've said all I want to say about that. So I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.